Hello, it's me. It is the last day of March 2021 and it's gorgeous today, and I just wanted to share a video actually with a little practice and a few words. So here it is. How are you? Really, how are you? It's been, wow, I don't know what is, I don't know what's going on for everybody who's watching this, but I know for the majority of us, it's not been the greatest time we've probably ever had. So how are you? Ask yourself. Asking myself, it's been hard. Just yesterday, the day before, whatever it was, had the first bit of release from this lockdown that's a year on now. And I don't know about you, but I would assume for most people that I've spoke to, it's been really hard. I found this time the hardest. I really have, mentally, on a personal level, on a professional level. It's been really hard, and so that's probably a little bit of why I just thought I'd do a quick share. It's been lonely and it's been dark, and we've really had to dig deep, had to really call on every sort of reserve to get through. I know people have been, we are not all sailing the same ship, as they say. So what have you been dealing with? Family, homeschooling, working, not working, yeah. And also for me, about 3 weeks ago now, sort of at the start of the month, I got physically not very well. I got quite sick with some stomach problems, poorly enough to have to spend some stay in hospital, which I was very grateful for, because I really was quite poorly and I really needed it, but it was also a little bit of an eye-opener and quite scary. So when I say that, how are you, I'm really asking myself, and just this practice today is about listening to yourself. Ask yourself how you are and actually tell yourself. And because the spring, I miss the change of the spring equinox, which is normally quite an important date for me. I like to kind of mark it, and it's a new chapter in the year, but I miss that. So I'm sharing this practice now today, and also perhaps a little challenge or a little commitment for April for myself. I hope that you all know I don't share anything or offer anything out there that I haven't done or needed or experienced myself. So for myself, and if anybody wants to kind of join, I want to focus on some positive routines, practices, reconnecting to good rituals, good habits, for my physical health and for my mental health. It does become easy when you get sick or tired or fed up, or you're carrying around a lot of worries and a lot of stresses. It does get easier, to have excuses, to have reasons, you know, not to maybe start the day off so healthy, not to do your moving, your exercise, not to eat so well, not to keep hydrated. But we know, and I know, that all that does is kind of lead you on into a bit of a negative headspace, and, you know, the day becomes harder. So I want to, I feel it's quite important to make kind of a definite choice to lift my mood in any way I can, to kind of ward off the feeling sluggish, the feeling sleepy, the feeling of being a bit fed up. And I think that one of the great ways of doing that, a way that works for me, and it might work for you as well, in fact I think it probably will, is to listen to yourself, to be aware of your whole self, your whole health, the physical, the mood, the emotion, and then take some steps to channel it into a more positive place or a more positive destination. And a massive one for that is breathing. It's so simple. It's probably, you know, so boring, just always going on about breathing, but there's a difference between the breathing just to exist, to survive, that your body does involuntary, and being conscious of your breath, of using it, of training it, of practicing it. That breathing, that voluntary focus on your breathing, on your movement, you know, that is where you can start to kind of flip things. Do you know, today, obviously the sun's come out, it's absolutely beautiful. I'll probably post this tomorrow and it'll be snowing. But as much as just the sun coming out, that's flipped my whole feeling today. It really has. So we don't always have the sun and beautiful weather. So yeah, some practices, some focuses, it can just help with that. Just help him. You're just gently training your body and your mind to give you something to call on when it's tough, when it's not so easy, you know, when you're not feeling fantastic. And well, you know, it's been tough, hasn't it? So I hope you enjoy the practice that I'm going to post. I felt it was just a really gentle awakening practice. It might be a nice one to do perhaps just first thing in the morning when you've got up, if you want to begin to start your days perhaps with some breathing and some moving and some strengthening and stretching. And well, you know, you can do it any time. Just create a bit of flow, breathe a bit deeper, channel some of the energies, negative, positive, and you know, I just really hope you enjoy it. I hope perhaps I can reconnect with people a little bit. You can always message me, drop me a whatever platform you like to use, drop me a message, drop me an email. You can go onto the website www.soaranddream.co.uk. You can put your email in a little box now and click it, and then that allows me or tells me that you would like, just now and again, once a month or something, to get a little email just keeping you updated about, you know, classes or anything. Who knows what 2021 is going to hold, how we're going to move forward. So yeah, just enjoy the practice, take it steady, but do you know what, most of all, just take a minute, 5 minutes, to ask yourself how you are and listen to yourself, okay, when you answer yourself. So yeah, basically I'm telling you to go and have a chat to yourself, which is probably that. Or chat to your dogs, because guess what? How are you, Demelda? Say bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Enjoy the practice. I'm starting off seated, so find a comfortable sit. And remember, this is about awakening, so it's slow and it's calm and it's gentle. Upturned palms. Just taking a moment to settle. And taking a moment to breathe in through your nose. And releasing the breath, exhaling through the nose. And that might feel like the first full breath that you've taken for ages. So let's take another. As you breathe in, smile. Really focus on the breath from the start to the finish, and re-welcome, reconnect to the feeling of expanding, of inhaling, of deepening the breath right down into the diaphragm, where I'm going to put my hands. So I can feel my ribs expand. Not worrying, it is called practice for a reason. We're training ourselves, or retraining ourselves to bring your attention and your focus completely to the inhale and exhale of your breath. Even if it's shallow, if it's a bit shaky, it might be the first time in ages that you've just taken a few seconds to actually feel your body breathing deeply, breathing consciously. Close your eyes, of course. Hold your hands on your ribs if it really helps. And let's take 2 or 3 more rounds of breath, following the breath from the first inhale through the nose, down through the chest, the ribs, and really down into the bottom of the lungs. And then the release, working back the opposite way. arms drop, your chest opens, and your spine just begins to lift and extend upwards. Release your arms if you haven't already, and find your hips. Okay? Placing your hands on your hips. You're going to let the right hand come down. Let it come down by your hip. And let your left shoulder begin to circle. 1, 2. Let the elbow join in. Tracing a circle. Feeling the range of movement you've painlessly got in your shoulder. Third circle, and this time let's make it a full arm circle, just working the shoulder joint, isolating the shoulder joint. The arm comes up and it can lift and it can open, and then you're going to bend the elbow, bring the hand just to reach for that opposite hip or opposite shoulder blade. Hold that bind. Release the arm again, touch the hip and trace the line straight out from the hip till we have to reach up, and we reach over again. Trace the hand straight out from the hip and take that lateral stretch. When you reach that point where you can't go any further, lengthen the top arm and reach out to the side. So you feel really nice stretch just here, remembering that this hip is grounded down to the mat. And again, breathe. We're going to open, come back to sitting. Let this hand just rest again by the hip. And you bring in your right arm, isolating the shoulder joint. Letting the elbow join. And then a full arm circle, lifting up and opening, just gently reaching behind till you bend the elbow, the hand reach for the opposite hip or the opposite shoulder blade behind, just finding that bind. Releases and traces a straight line straight away from your hips until you lift, inhaling, exhaling, stretching to the side, feeling the chest opening. Then when you reach where you can, extend that top arm away. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift back to the center, and again let that hand reach for the opposite shoulder blade, allowing the other one to join. Reaching for the elbows, lift the face and lift the chest. Return back to the center. Release the arms and let them come to the neck. Virtually no pressure. Let the chin drop. Breathing in, breathing out. Stretch the arms up. Let them open. Taking the bind on the other side. Left arm in first. Right arm in. Lift the chest. Back to center. Hands behind the neck. The chin drops. Just the chin to the chest. Inhale. Exhale. And this time you're going to release the hands, let them reach forward. You're going to fold forward from the hips, reach forward, and then let the chest lower, let the forehead lower. Lift the chest, lift the forehead, and then when you're ready, you can release the arms. We're aiming for a lovely flat back, reaching forward, and lift. Inhale. And as you exhale, open the arms, lift the palms up. Lift the chest. Lovely. Allowing the arms to come down. Again, just feel that extension of your spine. Just, are you forwards? Are you back? Or are you perfectly centered? Let's reach the arms up again. Inhaling. Bring your palms together. Exhale. Check in with the mind. Check in with your heart. The shoulders drop. Hands drop down. Just interlink the fingers behind your back. And again, just press the knuckles away so you can let the chest open a little way, keeping the chin a tiny bit tucked. And release. I'm going to send the legs forward, straight out in front of us. Just moving down to the edge of the mat. Again, hands just in by the hips. Spine is lifting. Flex the toes, flex the feet back, feel the calves begin to warm up. Stretch out, each toe extends, flexing and extending. Draw one knee in towards you, send it away. Let's draw the other in, send it away. Again, just warming up into the hip joint. Once again. One more last time. Good. Bending the feet up, with the feet being flat on the floor, allowing the spine to extend. Let your focus come to the diaphragm, to the tummy button. Again, right here, perhaps place one hand on the diaphragm, one just on the tummy button. Inhale. Exhale. Remember to smile. I'm going to send the arms forward, keeping the focus on here. Feel the tummy button just drawing back and the spine's curving. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward, straight forward. Exhale and open. Inhale, we're going to curve back. Exhale, we open. Inhale, curving back, keeping the shoulders down. Exhale, open. Isn't that lovely? Like opening up to spring, to new beginnings. One more. Exhale, open and smile. Hands come down to the hips. Again, curve the belly button and allow yourself just to roll down to the mat. You might need to just shoot your bum a little bit further down. Let the feet draw in and draw both knees into the chest. Breathe in, let the shoulders open, let the chest be open. Find your apasana posture, easing the knees towards the chest. One foot is flat on the floor, the other knee. You hug it in. We're going to send it up. Just take hold behind the thigh or behind the calf. Keeping the head on the mat. Stretch towards you. Ankle to the knee, and we let that hip open again. Gently ease it out. Oh, lovely click. Draw knee in. send it up to the sky. Foot to ankle. Knee opens. And place the other hand on the other hip so you're sure that you're not rocking. Good. Changing the legs over. Inhale as you draw the knee to the chest. Send it up. Ankle to opposite knee. Open your hip. And again. Foot is straight up. Ankle to opposite knee. Opening the hip. Find the opposite hip. Good. Draw both knees into the chest. Send both feet up to the sky. Arms lift. Engage that core around the diaphragm. Just reach beyond the toes. And again. And one more. Good. Draw the knees down. We're going to just roll over. Coming up to our knees. Just coming up to the knees now. And again, just let's take 3 rounds of breath as we kneel. Tuck the toes for the second round. Lift the knees for the third round. And just reach back, lengthening the wrists. Inhale, exhale, bring yourself back. Let's take the arms down, just reaching forward. Inhale. Exhale, let's reach back. Really gentle movement. Reaching forwards, chest coming down between the arms. And reaching back. Brilliant. You're going to release the toes, release the right foot. Nothing too big. Foot in between the hands. Just let the body lift. And just feel the lovely stretch down the front of your hip. Letting your pelvis drop. Drawing the stomach up. Taking that right arm. Again. Elbow circling. Lovely full arm circle. Let it reach back, and again, let the hand come in, reach for the opposite hip or the opposite shoulder blade. Let the other arm join in. One shoulder rotation with the elbow and a full arm circle. Bring it around behind. Good, and lift the chest. Just going to release the arms. Let the foot come back, and you can take a nice stretch through your child's pose. Coming back to the knees, changing the leg. Left foot comes through. Just feel your long, low lunge. You can let the body lift. Let the pelvis drop. Let the hips stretch. Left shoulder. Rotate. Remember, big inhale and exhale through that movement. Inhale. Exhale as the arm reaches behind. Bends at the elbow, reaches for the shoulder blade. Other arm. Good. And lift the chest. Release the hands. Let's let that front foot come back and join. Stretch through your child's pose. Bring back to the knee. Right foot reaches forward, extended leg. Arms reach forward, stretching the hamstring. Stretching into that lunge. Exhale, reach for the hamstring. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that leg back, changing over, just setting yourself up. Let the front leg extend, arms extend, fold the body down the thigh to feel a stretch in the hamstring. Inhale, we come forward. I can actually lift my knee from the mat. There's not any weight or pressure on my knee. I'm using my hands to support me and my front leg and the top of my foot. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, let the pelvis drop. We're just easing out of that hip, easing into the hamstring. Hands come back. Stretch back through my child's pose again. Big inhale as your chest comes down to the mat. And then I'm sending my head, my shoulders forward, tucking my toes, bringing the hands forward, just to find a plank. Long and low, drawing that tummy up. Good. Exhale, gently lower the knees to stretch back. Again, send the crown of the head forward. Good. Let the knees bend. This time let the hips lift. So now we're lifting the hips up, inverting that V, adjusting the hands. Feel the armpits lovely and long. Let the heels sink back down. Take a look through. Hello, heels. Good. Draw that tummy up, curve up. Find that plank again. Exhale, lift the hips up, 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 up. This time, heels sink back, long armpits. Good. Just walking the feet a little bit closer together. Bringing the hands and the feet together. Finding a forward fold. Much knee bend as you like. Let the neck go. Send the crown of the head forward and just find that half flat back posture. Good. And then wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a huge hug. Let the chin drop in. Big breath. Drop and release. Tummy button draws up. Let the knees bend and let the spine uncurl, curve up. Reach the top, let both shoulders drop back and down. Let both elbows join that shoulder rotation. And then both arms, inhale, lift face. And let them open, let those palms be up again. And release. Step into the end of the mat. Let us just again find the posture, reawakening, rediscovering, reconnecting. Start with the smile. Might feel a little bit daft, but no, it's looking. Okay, let the chin drop. Breathe, inhale, exhale. Lift the face, the shoulders, take that beautiful slow rotation. Again, elbows. Full arm. Let the face follow, let the eyes follow. Exhale, let the hands come down. Let the fingers interlink. Press them down, knuckles down, chin in, chest opens. Release, Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, going to fold forward, really folding this time from the hips all the way down. Inhale, exhale, reach that right foot back, lowering the knee. Good. And just let your left arm, same arm as the front leg, just open up. Let it reach back, bend and find that bind. Awesome. Release the hand, release the foot. Find your box posture or a plank. And then you can lower the knees if they aren't already. Lower the chest. Down to the mat. Inhale, find a little baby cobra. Good. Exhale, release. Lift your hips. Let them carry on lifting. Let the heels sink back. Find that beautiful downward dog. Good. And you're going to again release that front foot, your right foot. Find a little tiny three-legged dog, and then inhale, draw that knee right up to your chest. Let your hips lower. Let that knee rotate. 1. Can you do 2? Can you do 3? Lower to your knee. If you need to modify, that's fine. And then that foot comes all the way through. And it's found that great long lunge. We draw in to the forward fold. Exhale. Let the knees bend. Let the chest lift right to the top. Good. Lift the face, the hands. Find the mind. They find the heart. And then we continue to fold from the hips all of the way down. Head release, arms release. Let's take that half flat back again, and get those arms around yourself. Really hug in, let the chin drop in. Let it go. Release down. Good. The other leg reaches back, left leg reaches back. The knee lowers, the foot lowers, and the front arm, same arm as the front leg, reaches. The chest opens. Just see if you can just lift that arm a tiny bit higher. Good. As the elbow bends, you find that bind. Reach for that opposite hip. Good. Letting the hand come down. The front foot is going to go way back. Join in the back foot. You might be on your knees. You might be on a plank. And you're going to lower the chest in between the hands. Good. All the way down. Inhale. And that little baby cobra. Draw that tummy button towards your spine. Exhale. The hips lift. Through box. 2 downward dog. Adding Mukta Shavasana. Long armpits. Heels sink down. The left leg reaches back. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Bring it into the chest. 3 little rotations there if we can. Good. Just isolating the hip joint. Good. And on the third one, it comes through and you find that gorgeous long lunge. Send that heel back. Good. Find your forward fold. Head drops. Tummy button pulls up. Send the head away. Finding that tabletop half flat back posture. Loose arms until they hug you around again. Letting it go. Letting it flow. Release the hands. Inhale, lift the chest. Bring the hands together. Bring them down. Between the eyes, let the shoulders drop. And then just bring those hands to the heart. Again, placing one on the diaphragm, just where the ribs meet. One just where the belly button is. Release the toes. Find the smile. Inhale. Exhale. As you exhale, shoulders drop, the chest softens. And release. If you want to repeat, if you just want to scroll back in the video and go through that little sun salutation sequence again, then do. You might want to go a bit deeper. You might want to go a bit slower. You know, you might have just got it in your body on the first time through. And that is what this month and these practices and this time for me is about, is just taking it back to listening, to realizing that, listening to your own body, not to me, to realizing you've just been breathing from here. You've been holding on, you're holding on, you're holding on to the physical, you're holding on to the thought, the feeling, the emotion, and this is just reawakening and letting it go. Or you can follow now with this really simple vinyasa, just to be the last practical part of our physical part of our practice, with a challenge. So come into the middle of the mat, find your wide-legged stance, about 45 on the feet. Okay, just lift the heels. Magically, you have to use your butt muscles when you just lift the heels. Good, draw up, tailbone down, chest release. Okay, let's just take our little shoulder sequence there, holding on to those glutes, they're awake. 1, elbow, full arm, just isolating the shoulder joint, no movement in the hip. Good, let that hand come in behind, it's reaching for that opposite hip. As it's there, you're just going to rotate towards it. Just rotate the waist, the hip stay. This hand here is reminding you to keep that hip really still. Your rotation is simply in the waist. Good, come back to center. Let's try that on the other side. Shoulder, elbow, full arm, then bind in shoulder blade or hip. Other hand, there, that hip's not moving anywhere. Inhale, lift and rotate. Come back to center. Good, release. Let's just do it one more time. Full arm. In sections, find the bind, find the hip, lift, rotate. Are your glutes still working? Back to center, other side. Find the bind, find the hip, just stabilize, rotation. Fantastic, back to center. Releasing the arm down, let the toes turn in, parallel legs. So now you'll feel the legs, the muscles down the sides of the leg a little more. Draw in the core. Inhale as you send the arms forward without rocking back into your heels, keeping the weight over the balls. You're going to reach forward with that lovely flat back just as far as you can until you need to let the arms release and let the head drop. Good, soft knee, that way just could ever so slightly lift the heels from the mat just to keep the leg muscles working. The right arm reaches for the opposite ankle, the outside of it, or perhaps at the thigh. And we're going to open up the left arm. Again, reaching that hand for the light, for the sky. Using your other arm as a little lever just to draw the body towards the thighs. Good. Bringing the arm down. Come back to center, gently moving across. Left arm reaches for the opposite shin or thigh. And then the right arm reaches up. Good. As you exhale, use this resistance here to just draw the body towards the thigh. Opening the chest with the top arm. Good. We release the arm down. We're going to come forward. Again, just let the head relax. Take a breath. And you're going to think about the crown of the head Okay, your hands are there to support you. Extending the spine forward. You can keep the hands just there for that little bit of support. Or obviously you can use a block if you have one. Or if you want that little challenge, release those arms. Send them out to the sides. Think of them coming right from the middle of the spine. Palms are down. Inhale, you're going to lift the upper body in one lovely long piece. Good. Open the palms and lift. Let's send them up to join. And as you exhale, they come down. Fantastic. Let's bend the knees together and spring those feet together. Shake them off. Fantastic. Release your right foot and bring it up to find either your calf or your inner thigh. Finding the legs of our tree pose, Virikshasana. Good. You can release the hands if you want, or you can extend the hands if you want. 2 little progressions, you don't have to do them. And I really want to bring the focus back to my breathing, back to my pranayama, as I find the calmness of this posture. You can stay with tree pose. You don't need to progress it, or if you want to, just bringing the arms down. I'm going to extend my lifted leg. Okay, now you can take hold of your leg from behind around the thigh, or if you know your hamstrings are a little bit more flexible, you can reach for your toe. Okay, the hand is on the hip, and I'm going to, no I'm not, I'm going to extend that leg away. Remember, you can be holding around the thigh. Good, awesome. Just bringing the foot back, or you may already just be with your tree pose. Bring your arms down now, everyone, to the hips, and we're going to reach the foot back and find your long lunge. So your front foot's going to need to turn. Find your long lunge, and we're going to release down. Good, deepening the lunge. Your opposite hand, the same arm as your back leg's going to reach for your mat. And you're just going to let your front foot walk out, let your pelvis lower, and let your hip open. Okay, so you can just bring your hand to your inner thigh. Good. Let that foot come back into the center. You're going to press back into the back leg, extending the front. Find your pyramid posture. Both legs are extending, both toes reaching for the top of the mat. Front knee bends. We're going to lower the back knee and just let yourself sit back. Bring your foot out from under you. Front leg extends and that leg crosses over. Good. Same arm as your extended front leg. It's my right. My elbow is coming in. And again, for my hip, I'm going to lift the body and I'm going to rotate. I'm using this resistance again against my thigh to find my half Lord of the Fishes posture. Brilliant. We come back to center, change over the legs, cross over, lift the body, same arm as extended leg, the left, elbow tucks in. I lift and rotate towards my leg. Come back to center. I'm going to bring the legs around. Right foot finds my long lunge. Just bring the right foot to the edge of the mat. My palm is down. I'm dropping my pelvis. This time I'm letting my left hip open. Gently exhaling. My foot comes back just into the center. I'm going to push back into my back leg, extend my front leg, pyramid posture. So my front hip is pulling back, my left hip, my right hip is pushing forward. Bend forward, front knee, bring my feet in together. Let's just take that half flat back lift. Let's take that hug again. Exhale, really give yourself a cuddle. And release the arms, release the head. Inhale, send the chest up. Let's bring the hands together to the heart. We come down, the hands to the hips. And this time the left foot comes into the calf, comes into the thigh. And we set up that tree posture on the other leg. Extend the arms, take Anjuli Mudra if you wish. Inhale and send the arms above, up, 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 up. If you want, you don't have to. Bringing the focus back to the pranayama, to the full body breath now. Again, exploring every little bit of the breath. You can remain here in tree, carry on holding tree, or if you want to bring the hands down to the hip, take hold of the leg under the thigh or the toe and extend the leg away. Just have an experiment with it. Good. Whoa, we bring it back in. And from the tree posture, we're going to lower it down. Good, shake off. Amazing. Nice, huh? Nice to be back. Final posture. Coming down to the mat. Coming to the knees. Remember, you can pad underneath, you can pad under the bum just to lift you a bit, cushion, block, whatever. We're going to just finish with Uttanasana, the camel posture, just to open the heart. Just trying to release some of the emotion, the mood, the tension across the shoulders, whatever it is for you, just go with it. Remembering our levels. We can take that lovely shoulder roll. We can bring the arms in, reaching for the hips or reaching across the shoulder blades, and you can simply lift your chest. Okay, you can bring this up onto the knees, or you can take the full posture where you're reaching back for your heels and pushing the hips forward. Okay, so just set your level, listen to yourself. This is for no one else apart from yourself. So just do what you physically need, what you mindfully need. Okay? Big inhale. Exhale, we can lift. Good. Reaching down to those heels. 1, we find 2, and we release. Push the hips forward, keeping the neck long. Gently we lower. Exhale, reach forward, find that child's pose. And you can repeat that. You can progress it, you can modify it. You can take longer in the posture. Okay, we can come up the shoulders. You can remember, you can be sitting back on the heels. Inhale, release. Keeping the hips forward, reaching for the heels, pushing the hips forward. Feel that wonderful stretch across the quads. Not forgetting to breathe, not forgetting to smile. Gently lowering down, stretching forward to find that child's pose. Huge exhale. Whatever that loosened, whatever that released for you, let it go now. And then slowly uncle. You can rest there. I'm going to finish there, just in child's pose today. So you can rest there. You can flip over onto your back. You can take some time just with your eyes closed. Pop on whatever you like to listen to, music, meditation. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope it reconnected you. I hope it reawakened that power of just those few moments of completely focused breathing and just what it can do. And I hope you maybe join me through April via this, via Zoom,